They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here at half two. Pressure ball, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Reuben Foster in there yet again. What else is new as he continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. And there it is, sack number 201. He has broken Bruce Smith's all-time record.
For a lot of us, we wondered if anyone would get to that record. But the way teams are throwing the ball around, more opportunities for these sack artists to accumulate numbers. And we've seen the biggest number of all eclipsed today.
Dang it.
Interceptions have been a problem in this one. If he could have got his feet down here.
Dang it, dang it.
Would have been a huge one. They've had a great game taking the ball away. Thought they had another one, just unable to get those cleats in bounds.
On play action, Winston. And he finds a man in the crossing route. And he gets this one all the way up to the 40. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. And looked like some movement there. Let's get the call.
Offense.
And that'll be
I know they scored too quick. They should have just took their time and kicked the field goal.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this out to about the 38-yard line. He'll get 3 of those penalty yards back here, leaving him with a 2nd and 12.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Well, that's the game now.
Somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Nigga might have just won the division with that win.
They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 11. Working out of the gun, Winston. And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. Reuben Foster in there to get him for his 2nd sack of the
What they call timeout for?
That sack certainly just strengthening his candidacy for Defensive Player of the Year. You think he's got that one in the bag yet?
I'm not willing to vote quite yet just because I won't wait till the season's over, but he is really tracking towards it. Just look at all the great plays we've seen from him throughout the season. Strength plays that you referenced there, as well as agility plays. They just have not found a way to block him consistently.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
Well, if you do,
I'll be through in a minute, nigga.
The drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away.
3rd quarter, minute and 6 to go.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And they'll get him down right about the 20. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, praise has to
Oh, and the broadcast up if you wanted to watch it.
Very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 3rd down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Going right side here, and that's complete. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Price now throwing on 1st down.
Come on, Price, hit that, man.
Well, they're slinging it. And they're trying to get it to the 40. They're going to try to run it. 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 They're going to try to
That came in hot, but overthrown out of his reach and incomplete. Here's Price. Going to throw again. Escaping the pressure right.
Sit down right there, man. You had it.
Nice hit. Charge the ball free.
Run inside for.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. And he couldn't corral it. It falls down incomplete, but maybe not a big deal given this big lead.
It looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. So it's 3 more points, and that widens things out even further here in the fourth.
Hey, in this league, you can never have too much. So if you're in range, grab the 3 whenever you can.
So we fielded at the 8. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit, he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm. A lot of times the punter goes to something, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. You might need a massage from the trainer right now.
Hey, you see Buffalo record, man? Them boys 12-2.
Now a second down throw for Winston. And a hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. The Rams on 3rd down. Not quite 50%. 4 for 9. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. From the shotgun, it's Winston. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. A gain of 11 and a first down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
To the air again with Winston. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
Out routes are always timing routes, and if the timing's off just a little bit, it can really throw off a play. It looked like he let him go too much there.
Yeah, there was a fraction of a second because he caught it, just couldn't stay in bounds. Throw left side complete. It's Haynes. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
It's a nice job hitting him on the angle route there. Come out of the backfield, cutting sharply across the middle.
Hey, Cleveland back to their old ways this year.
Quarterback in his receiver.
Effective 3rd down play to move the chains. Jameis to throw it. They find some open field here.
Yeah.
And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be 2nd and about a yard to go for the first.
Yeah. Okay. Already.
Shift together here from the D-line. Now they try the right side here. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll bring up a 3rd down.
And that's another stop for the defense. Something we've seen all game long. They have been on fire today. No matter what's called by the offense, they've had an answer for it.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Just a yard on the run there. That's going to bring us to a 4th down.
No, don't kick. Go for it.
course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week. You must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. Like you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
What a game this defense has played. They're pitching a shutout, so it'd be fun to watch down the stretch to see if their defensive coordinator continues to be as aggressive as he's been all game long.
And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
False start, offense.
And that'll set them back 5. And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on.
Ready.
3rd and goal, Winston. And he'll go down, brought down at the 20-yard line. Deion Jones in there to drop him, and his great season continues. 13 sacks for him now on the year.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Automatic first down.
Trying to keep my shut out, Terry.
And this seemingly endless drive continues. And he'll give it here to his running back. But only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
Here's Winston. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. They'll wind up getting 7 on the completion, but they'll still be faced now with a 3rd and goal situation.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass.
Well, that whole line jump.
Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
False start, offense.
That's going to set them back 5 yards. So they're back at the 7 now for 3rd and goal. From the gun, Winston. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked by his former FSU teammate, Jalen. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. The 30, 20, 10. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. There were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Shut out, baby!
The offense stays out there. A big challenge here from this far back, but they're going for it on 4th and goal. Operating from the gun. Price forced out to his left. He can run, and he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
And if the late touchdown wasn't bad enough, now they're going to go for 2. So sportsmanship nowhere to be found right here. Looking to throw. Price.
Uh-oh. No. No.
It's picked. And a short return to the 6-yard line. The storyline of this.
Dang, that nigga want to take that 2-bucket conversion all the way back out.